Realtor.com just put out a study saying that the single best week to have your house on the market, which means you got to get marketing and preparation and all that stuff done before this, would be April 13th to the 19th. We're sitting here at March 22. That's in a few weeks. To have your house on the market on the very single best week per Realtor.com, if you want best market conditions, and if basically what I'm saying, best time to sell is if your number one goal is get the most money possible for the sale price, then this would be the time. These next 3 weeks, April, beginning of May. We know that any given year over the last 25 years in Connecticut, June or July, mostly June, has been the month where you see the highest median sale price in Connecticut for single family homes. You do enough loans, Brian. That means that those go under contract in April.
Oh yeah. Last week of June is by far the busiest week of the year for closing real estate transactions. I think last year I had 5 or 6 loans closing on the last day of June, which is sometimes, more than I do in the month of January. Which, by the way, tip of the day, if you can avoid closing in the last week of June, I would recommend that. The attorneys have to do the closings and the mortgage lenders have to get all the paperwork to the attorney. And it's not that they don't want you to have a great experience, but everybody is so busy that week. And if you're trying to close on the last day of the June and your attorney's got, 5 closings that day, it's just going to be stressful for everybody. So
but when you look back 25 years and you look at the monthly numbers, June has the highest median sale price of almost every single year of the last 25 in Connecticut for the closings that happen in June. The reason is those properties go under contract basically between now and the next six or so weeks, 6-7 weeks. The next 6 or 7 weeks is the weeks that you want to have your house on the market. You'll hear a lot of sellers say, you can't imagine how my property looks when everything is green, when the garden is full, when the grass is green. And what happens when they wait for everything to be green is they line up with the other sheep. They get into the herd mentality and they all go on the market at the same time. And so what Realtor.com just reported is right now, the next 6 weeks, you have the lowest quantity of active listings that you'll have between now and August. So these next 6 weeks is the least amount of competition because everybody jumps into the herd and starts coming onto the market late spring, almost even early summer, almost way too late because everything is green and it's going to look the best. But what Realtor.com just reported, interestingly enough, is that views per listing on Realtor.com and on Zillow.com and the places people are looking, views per listing online are at the highest level right now. This is the peak in every given year. They go back 5-6 years on this study. And right now is when the eyeballs are looking at properties online, and it drops off dramatically by the end of April. By the end of April, it starts to nosedive for the rest of the year. So people searching for homes nosedives at the same time the most inventory goes up. A buyer wants to buy the house and live there in the summer. They don't want to see pretty summer pictures and not be able to move into the fall. Closings happen 60 days, basically, here in Connecticut. We're an attorney state. We don't move as fast as some of the other states through the process. The closings happen 60 days, 45, 50 days after the contract. You got to get the inspection, the appraisal, mortgage has got to get in place. The attorneys, like Brian is talking about, peak season, the attorneys are, we've got attorneys that have been doing this for decades in Connecticut. They're very good at what they do. They're phenomenal at what they do. I wouldn't say a lot of them are AI savvy and have their business humming along faster than they did 10 years ago. They're still moving at the same speed. Okay. And I know some of them listen to the show. I love all you guys.
Can I make a public service announcement to all the attorneys in Connecticut? If you're listening to this radio show and you're an attorney, do you have a website with your contact information on it? Frequently, I'm amazed as a mortgage lender, I have to look up the attorney's contact information, and I'm shocked at how many attorneys don't have like a simple website with their contact information on it.
Far behind on some of this stuff, but they also don't care. A lot of
They
them
don't care.
locally here
They don't care. I
are
guess they have
like,
plenty of business. They've been in business for 30 years,
yeah,
but
they've got their business model
just
figured out.
I've been
Uh,
waiting 20 years for a platform to tell the attorneys to. And we love you. Thank you for everything you do. I'm not trying to be mean.
Oh, 100%. I mean, we've had Gordon on the show, Vidal. He's obviously a friend of 94.9. Shout out to him. Shout out to Eric Janey. Shout out to Val Votto. There's plenty of them. We can go down the list. There's a bunch of great ones that we work with, and Adam Mancini, obviously, we work with a bunch of great attorneys.
Matt
And
Mancini.
what's that?
Matt Mancini.
Who did I say?
You said Adam Mancini.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Shout out to Adam Mancini. But Matt Mancini, the attorney. Adam Mancini's an agent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was actually one of my biggest supporters when I first got in the mortgage business.
Yes.
I owe him a lot.
Haven't talked to Adam in a long time, but
Me
shout out
neither.
to him. If
Shout
you know
out.
Adam, say
What's up,
hello
Adam?
to him. He's a great agent out there, primarily in the past Gales Ferry area, but I don't know what
Gales
he's up
Ferry,
to.
yeah, and McBride Real Estate. I shouldn't be plugging other real estate companies on your show, but
I don't mind.
you don't mind.
There's enough
Byron's
to go around.
Byron's doing pretty well.
Listen, so here's the thing to keep in mind, and it ties back into this rate conversation. These next 6 weeks, if money's the most important, some people say money's not the most important on the sale of my home. It's very important, but timing and terms and all these things, and that's why you see homes go on the market at different times of the year. You have the most buyers out there right now because they want to own the house in the summer. So you have the most views on your listing right now. You have the lowest quantity of listings that you're going to have between now and August. Inventory always goes up, and you have the lowest interest rate, as Brian Skelly just said, because of the uncertainty with the Fed and the economy and all of that, since basically October. Perfect storm to be a seller. It's right now.